I'm married to the love of my life, Jason, and I have two boys. Gavin is 16, almost 17, and Carson is 9. So life is good, right? Well, what else could you ask for? 3.5 years ago, our lives changed. My husband and I are both nurses as well, and nurses are really good at taking care of everybody else, but not so good about taking care of ourselves. We tend to ignore the symptoms, and we tell ourselves that we're just going to be fine. So 3.5 years ago, when I finally told my doctor what was going on, I got an MS diagnosis. Those who know me well know that I have a quote for everything. No matter what's going on in your life, I'll find a quote for it and send it to you. So my life quote has become, you never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. When I was diagnosed with MS, I was devastated. My family was devastated. For the first year, I was just so sick. I kind of felt like a lab rat because it was like, who has the best brochures? And they would throw all these different medications at me, and they just made me so sick. So during this time as well, I was taking care of a 52-year-old woman who had MS, and she was completely debilitated in a wheelchair. So we were basically planning what my wheelchair would look like. And I was providing wound care for her on her stage 4 pressure ulcer, and watching her die from the complications of a disease to which I was just diagnosed with. So that was extremely difficult. I cared for her for a year after my diagnosis, and during that year, I was depressed and just miserable on the inside while trying to stay positive on the outside. I wanted to stay as positive as I could because I didn't want my boys to be scared. I wanted them to know that I was going to be okay. And then meanwhile, my husband and I would just cry ourselves to sleep. So it wasn't until she passed away that I woke up one day and decided that I had two choices. I could allow the disease to define me. I could let it take over my life, and it would. Or I could take control of the disease, and that's what I did. Now, mind you, I was extremely fatigued. I was under 100 pounds at this time. I had given up so much of what I loved to do because I just didn't have the energy or the desire to do those things anymore. But this is where I feel like my true journey begins. I started searching and I started researching. So I found an exercise class that did yoga and Pilates and core strengthening. And I am the youngest person in there, which makes me extremely happy. I love soccer moms, so if any of you guys are soccer moms, more power to you. But I didn't want to go to a class where everybody was all in shape and great, and I was sick, and I just didn't want to deal with that. So this class has, they're my family, and they are amazing. I love every single one of them, and I will never miss a day. If I am not there, there is a really So after that, I slowly started feeling better, but I was still missing something. And that's when I met Ann Williams and was introduced to Juice Plus. My husband and myself and another couple went to dinner with her, and she was just speaking our language. It made sense. We were all in. So the whole family got on Juice Plus at that point in time. Over time, I started to feel better and better and better, and before long, I was screaming Juice Plus from the rooftop, telling anyone who would listen, and all those people that didn't listen, and they all come back around. They always do. All I knew is that I was a true believer in this product and what it was able to do. Then I went to conference for the first time, and that was in Phoenix. And on that Friday night, it was the weirdest thing ever. It just hit me like a ton of bricks that this is it. I mean, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what all of the struggle has led me to. And I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. So this is my reason. I'm a nurse. I love helping people, and this is how I do it. This is God's plan, and it was the craziest feeling I've ever had. So I came back from conference, and I was on fire. Was at a whole nother level, and I just made it my goal, and that I wanted to be a Juice Plus national marketing director. There is not an insurance company that would give me long-term healthcare insurance because I have a label and a diagnosis. So this is what I want my children to know. I want them to believe, and I want them to live. That you can do anything that you put your mind to. Do I still have MS? Of course. I'll always have it. But what you decide to do with it it's what you decide, to do with it. So do I hate this disease? No, absolutely not. How can you hate something that has given you so much? It has given me a deeper level of empathy that I didn't even know I could have. It's given me health